What up, chat? Welcome back to Crossrunner, the only no filter moto podcast out there. I'm your host, Eric Nichols, and this weekend we're going to do a little recap on Seattle. And there's a lot of stories going into the week as well. But first, let's join into who's going to be co-hosting this week. We'll start off with CJ. CJ, welcome back. I know it's been a couple weeks.
Been a while, but we're back.
And then next to his left, we got Zach Rose. Zach, welcome back.
What's up, guys? Been busy the last few weeks, so good to be back.
And then Mr. Reliable, Justin Torpedo Reese. What's up, Justin?
What's up, torpedo? Shit, I ain't a bad out here.
All right,
Damn.
boys.
Hey, this moto podcast, not baseball podcast.
That's very true. I wonder what a torpedo bat would be equivalent to in moto, though. That would be
Fuck
very
nothing.
interesting.
Fuck
Probably
a start.
aftermarket grips.
Fatter tire.
Lock on grips.
Like an
Yeah.
automatic throttle or something. But all
ECU.
right. Yeah. All right, well, let's jump right into it. Let's go into these developing stories. I mean, where do you want to start? I mean, Jlaws finds his bike, shows up. If you donate it to him, you're fucked. I mean, you're dumb
Dude,
for doing it to begin with. But
I think the whole thing's a fucking setup, dude. That whole thing just seems like a scam.
Fucking
yeah,
damn, dude.
100%.
All of a sudden, the morning that he claims he's gonna go buy a new bike, he's like, "Oh, look who knocked on my door! My buddy in a cop outfit."
Yeah, right.
A rent-a-cop you found
Yeah.
at the local mall.
Hey, I'll give
let
you
you guys-
$1,000 of this fucking donated money I got if you show up to my house.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys know what I'm going to do with the money you gave me for a bike. It's going to something else.
Yeah. Hey,
Who's
who
going
wants
to buy a
$1,000?
fucking house, put a down payment and shit?
Yeah.
Like,
Who wants $1,000 gift card to Motorsport? Thanks
Yeah.
for the money.
yeah, Jesus Christ. But speaking of Kawasaki, the talks are heating up. Sexton and Cowie it's really going on. They're having a battle, pricing battle with KTM. But I know earlier in the week, or a few months back, Matthews talked about Cowie was on the verge of signing Anderson, but then now it's cooled off, and with Sexton stepping up and this coming into play, I mean, CJ, we'll start with you. I mean, Sexton going to Cowie. I mean, what do you think? Is it a good move or a bad move, or yeah? I mean, what's going to KTM maybe not afford Chase? That's why Kawasaki's getting involved.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's an interesting move by him. He already struggled. He struggled with the Honda or bitched about the Honda.
Won
Now
a
he's
title.
bitching on
Won a
accident.
title on it.
On accident.
Given.
And an outdoor title, right? No, that was KTM.
No, he's never won one of them. But
Imagine if he goes out, wins this title on this KTM, goes to Cali, and wins a title on a third manufacturer.
I
don't
think it'd
it's
be
been
good.
done.
I think it'd be good for him and Anderson to switch places. Dude, Anderson has done all of his damage on one of those different colored fucking KTMs. He was on a KTM on a 250, won his title on a Husqvarna. I don't know. Maybe he needs some change. He seems like he's just kind of there, or as this weekend wasn't there.
Yeah, but
well,
the Austrian brands though, they're trying to cut back and scale back on money. I think they've already they're planning on re-signing AP. They already have RJ signed
but
up for next year, and he's not going to be on a Husky. So they're saying no Husky team. So I wonder if they're moving him to KTM, and then they're just going to run a two rider KTM 450 squad, RJ and AP.
Yeah, but
Well,
Anderson's better than both of them.
well, also keep in mind if Yao wins this East Coast title, which he very well might be, he's going to have to jump up next year in Supercross, I believe.
Do they hold
Once
him
you win
out?
2 titles, that's it. You got to jump up.
Do they hold him out for like make him skip Supercross next year and just have him debut on the 450 for
I don't
outdoors?
think you do. That's a pretty bad look.
Like a J Coop kind of thing.
I don't. J Tube wasn't a 250 Supercross champion like or 2 times. So I mean, Vial can obviously ride Supercross, even though he might win his title without even winning a race. But I mean, that's a factor too. I mean, he's gonna have to jump into that. They said that Yamaha is basically not in the picture, right? Because they don't have the money to do it. They already have Webb. Sounds like Tomac's gonna be coming back. They have J Coop, and not only that, the plan sounds like the plan is if Deegan goes out and wins this 250 title, he's gonna be 450 next year. So that's another guy that's gonna jump up into the Yamaha rig. So I mean, no room for Sexton there, but I don't know, Zach. What do you think about this Sexton to Cali talk?
Uh, no, I don't think it'd be bad for him. I watched the interview with Ian. What's his name? His last name, the team
The
manager for
KTM?
KTM. Yeah,
Yeah.
Harrison.
yeah.
Rappaport?
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
I think Ian Harrison.
he essentially said that he's going to do whatever he can to keep the team the way it is with AP and Sexton. So we'll see how that plays out. But I don't know if it's a thing where Sexton's not happy with the bike or if he's wanting money and KTM can't afford it. So we'll see. But talking about Vial going up next year to a 450 if he wins this title, not winning a single race, do you think that's kind of skeptical for KTM to be like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude, come on
Yeah,
up?
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
not it's
even
not
know.
KTM's choice.
He
It's
Yeah,
has
he
the
doesn't
to.
have
rule.
to. It's their choice to give him a bike.
Well, yeah, but what they're just gonna be, hey, you just want 250 titles for a star, we're gonna kick you to the curb.
He's gonna get fucking smoked on a 450.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Probably,
Yeah.
but still, I mean, you invest in this guy and for outdoors too, which he hasn't been great outdoors either. But yeah, that's going to be a tough decision to make, and who
Well,
knows? Maybe they do send him out for outdoors only, especially after what we're seeing with Prado
I mean,
do. And
you also got Ducati and Triumph and these other teams that are supposed to be having teams here soon.
yeah, yep, that's
I
true.
think I could.
Ducati is supposed to, and Triumph are supposed to have 450 next year.
Well, I know
Anderson to
his
Tryon
options are
sounds
limited
good.
when he moves up because if I'm a team manager, I'm looking at it like, bro, you didn't win a single fucking race and you dungeed your way into a fucking supercar. Not throwing phase on Dungy, but you missed your consistency into a second supercross championship.
Yeah, but Dungy did it on a 450. This dude's fucking
Yeah.
struggling to do it on
Yeah.
250 East when everyone dies.
And if Deegan goes up, all these other dudes are there, healthy. Tomac, yeah, he ain't. Dude,
Well, you think about by next year. Yeah, I mean that's going to be really interesting because AP's still going to be around. I mean, if Sexton leaves, who knows? CJ, yeah, that's a good point. Moving Anderson over to KTM, that could be a good move as well. The one thing that's really interesting is imagine Kawasaki having Chase Sexton and Prado in outdoors. Talk
Yeah.
about a 1-1 team
Yeah,
going
that
into
that could
outdoors.
be that could be
And
scary.
think about this. How much of a factor do you think Prado not doing good in Supercross has led to them being like, hey, Prado's not going to be our number one in Supercross in the future like we thought he was going to. Maybe we should go out and try to get Sexton because Anderson's going to be gone here.
The Prado deal seems weird to me. I don't know if they got him for fucking pennies on the dollar or if like there's some
Doesn't sound like it. Sounds like he got
No,
paid a
they
lot of
paid a
money
lot. Yeah, they paid a lot. He had to
yeah,
switch
which is weird.
energy
I mean,
brands and
maybe they're
everything.
just banking on
outdoors.
him being really good outdoors, which I mean, obviously we know he can ride outdoors, but it's a different ball game when you come over here and you're riding with these guys. I mean, they always talk about it. They come over here and like the intensity that the Americans ride with all the time is like they kind of pace themselves over there overseas. And like all those guys that come over here, some of them they're successful, sure, but a lot of these guys come over here, Ben Townley and Christoph Purcell, and they're like, these motherfuckers are balls out from the time the gate drops until the checker flag comes out, and they're not used to that. And I don't know. I'm still not sold that he's going to go out and just like
I don't think so either.
be crazy and
One,
outdoors
he's
either.
he's not going to be as good of a starter because one of the big things I think he actually talked about in an interview because he switched to starting with both feet down. The reason why he can't start with 1 foot down here in the U.S. is because they don't grade the starts after every race like they do in MotoGP.
Yeah.
So he has to put his other foot down now so that he can balance going through the ruts. Whereas with MotoGP, they did 1 foot because it didn't matter. It was flat anyways. But
Did
yeah,
you
I
see
agree. I,
that?
I don't think he's going to crush outdoors either. Honestly, I honestly don't even know if he'll win a race. If you have Jet out there, Sexton, if Tomac's back by then, I don't know if Prado's going to win a race with those guys out there because he's still got to learn the tracks.
Did you see
Same thing
that
that we saw with
deal?
Gal.
I don't know who it was, but somebody posted a video the other day. They were doing practice starts at the test track, and they had tough or starting blocks that were like, dude, they were like a foot and a half tall. They had both their
Mm-hmm.
feet. They had both their feet on the pegs, and just their toes were touching the
Yep.
the fucking starting blocks. I was like, that's kind of wicked.
That's what it's getting to.
MXGP does that a lot. You'll see a lot of them using those start blocks
Yeah.
to where they can pretty much they got all their
Start
pressure
with the
already
feet
on
on the
their
pegs.
pegs, and your toes are barely even touching,
It
and
was
it's
an
just
American
right
guy. I
at the
saw
end.
it. He was at the test track, and I was like, wow, that's interesting. I mean, literally just holding himself up on his toes on his tough blocks.
I'm curious if that's going to be something that is going to be in the rule book next is how high a starting blocks you can have. But you've never
Maybe.
seen them this tall towards literally up to their fucking foot pegs. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
I've
Yeah,
as
always
but
been
long as
kind of
they
it's
did have
shorter,
that
but
but
torpedo bat.
yeah, right, yeah,
as long as it's not touching the bike or the bike's resting up against it, how can it really make a difference? Because some people are shorter, taller, whatever. So depending on the height, it doesn't really. It just, I think as long as it doesn't touch the bike, who gives a fuck? You already got start devices, you already got grates. I mean, fuck, what else help do they need? Might as well give it all of
yeah.
them.
Yep. Well, hey, we'll see what happens with the Sexton talk, but it's very interesting. There's going to be a lot of moves in the offseason. There's a lot of guys with contracts up, a lot of teams that could be folding, and a lot of teams that are opening up shop too. A couple other developing stories in here. It was a West Coast series. It always brings fireworks, and we saw it, and we'll talk about that. But we were worried all week long weather's going to be a factor. Weather's going to be a factor. Going to be a mutter. CJ was going crazy on Instagram saying, "Why do you build a roof when it rains 95% of the time out of the year?" But CJ, this is why they don't build a roof, because honestly, I wish they could mimic these track conditions every single weekend because it was
Yeah, but they got
literally
they got
perfect.
lucky. Fucking put a roof on it and water the thing.
And we talked about it last week. Every single race from here on out is open air. So we're gonna get a mutter. We're gonna be East Coast. I think we go to Foxborough next. Justin, you might
Yep.
know.
Yeah,
So
Foxborough, then Philly.
all East Coast, everything's gonna be open air for the rest of the season. So we're gonna get a mutter here eventually. So that could definitely cost some things. But
Good. Let the
well,
men be
speaking of
men.
yeah, well, speaking of, so the weather didn't play much of a factor. I mean, they adjusted the schedule, but I mean, the track map was sick. I mean, the ruts made it really, really technical. These guys were making mistakes left and right. No stand section. The whoops, everyone said it sounded like they were pretty big, but it seemed like there was a lot of good passing. And found out today, it sounds like Ezra Luss took on a new role as like track advisor. So he's going out there looking at the track, saying, "Hey, we need to change this, or this should go this way." And I guess he had a big role in that flat turn. I think it was after the rhythm section where Mosman went into the fucking tough blocks and shit. So it'll be interesting to kind of see what happened, but it definitely felt like the track was technical, and these guys were making mistakes all day long, Justin.
Yeah, I think Dirtworks, I think they did the best. I mean, the track was pretty much perfect. They took the tarps off. It was completely dry. They sealed it perfect. It broke down perfect for their night. You couldn't have asked for a better track that race. There was so much action left and right between the dirt. I think the track layout itself also allowed for a lot of passing opportunities, just kind of the way the corners were set up. Uh, I think it was just a great track, great layout, great Seattle.
Yeah, Zach, this track, I think it really showed you how to keep your momentum going. If you could get the momentum, especially those bigger rhythms, you saw guys do 3 threes, and they completely gapped the guy that might have messed up that rhythm, just short.
Oh, absolutely. I think the track conditions were a lot more racy. I saw a lot more passes and rhythm lanes and stuff like that, which is what I like to see. It kind of separates like actual men from the boys when you're talking. Look at the ruts that are friggin' a foot deep, going triple, triple, triple. Rather than something that's super basic, easy to do. I've seen a lot of cornering mistakes as well, so that's another key factor that makes it a lot more raceable and enjoyable for me as a fan to watch, and really makes the winner come out as someone that stuck it to it all race. And it was, to be honest, it was a great fucking battle the entire race. For a moment there, there's four guys battling, which is the shit that I want to see. So I was stoked with it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. CJ, what about you? What do you think about this Seattle track? Anything that stood out to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think conditions were perfect. I think again they got lucky. I'll never understand building a stadium for football, for fucking motocross, for anything. You're building it in the state that gets rain like 300 days a year. You don't put a roof on it. Is bizarre, absolutely bizarre to me. But yeah, they got lucky. The track was perfect. I think the thing with Seattle is there's just always so much moisture in that dirt that the gnarliest part about it is that the I don't even think that it's the ruts. I think there's tracks that get rougher and get bigger and gnarlier ruts. I think it's that the ruts connect to the face of the lips.
Hmm.
Like the ruts go through the whole corner and they're going off the fucking transition, and that is gnarly. I mean, to be able to balance all the way through the corner and then off the lip, I think that's why you see so many of those issues. Like that really long rhythm section that they had, those guys were. I mean, those guys are professionals, and that looked like a fucking C class going down that long rhythm section most of the time. And that shit was gnarly.
Yeah, when I was watching it, to me, the word I kind of threw out there was grabby. It looked
Yeah.
like that the ruts in the dirt, even when they're going through the rhythm, like their pegs would kind of go through and they kind of like grab them as they're trying to go and they lose their momentum, or yeah, like in the corners too. Like it just seemed like it would like kind of grab them every now and then. You see, like
Yeah,
you saw guys all the time. They go something and they're just like fucking darting off to the left or darting off to the right.
perfect example is Cody Shock.
Yeah, Cody
Hmm.
Chalk just
Yeah,
fucking ejected off the side of the track.
Yep.
yeah. So,
Oh,
but yeah, I mean,
I
third
think
was awesome.
the track had traction everywhere though. These guys were able to put their bikes pretty much anywhere they wanted, and it was just hooking up and going. So I
Yeah.
think that was nice to see. I mean, you could see the guys really lay the bikes over, and those tires were just gripping and they were ripping.
Nice, dude. Gripping and ripping. All right. Well, CJ, we're gonna let you have first pick of this because I'm dying to know
Oh
who you
god.
think had lit kit of the night.
I mean, it's tough to go against Deegan's fucking jailbird. I mean, that was legit. That was quick.
Which one? Which one? Was it the orange one or was it
No, I
the
think I like the
jumpsuit?
black. I like the practice kit,
Okay.
the black and white stripes. I think that looked pretty sick. I mean, the whole playing it up with the handcuffs, with the sheriff badge that his mechanic had. I mean, it was
Hmm.
cool. I mean, he walked track with his mug shot shirt
Yep.
on. I mean, I guess if you're gonna do dumb shit, you gotta own
You
it. And
have
that
to.
was yeah,
Yeah.
it
Someone
was
else is
cool for
gonna
him
make
though.
it, so why not you do it? And then
Yeah.
supposedly they've already sold 3,000 of those shirts.
Oh, I bet. Dude, Brecky Hill was fucking doing videos in
Yep.
that shirt.
Yeah, yep, exactly. So, um, yeah, Zach, what about you? Did you like the black and white, or were you the orange jumpsuit?
No, I was a practice kit guy, dude. I was
Really?
thinking he was gonna wear that
Damn.
in Maine. The reason for me, it looked more of like a jumpsuit rather than that orange thing. Like the orange was cool, but from like
It just looked like an orange gear
anything
set.
outside of 5 feet looked like orange gear. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
I definitely like the practice kit a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, dude, pretty sick to own it and go out there and
Hey, real quick on that Brecky Hill thing. So I'm scrolling through Instagram. I see Brecky Hill pop up with danger fucking shirt, like, oh, let him out of jail or whatever. And I'm a comment reader all the time. I read the comments on everything. I click on the comments, and you know when you're friends with somebody, the comments always are at the top.
Yeah.
So my son, he's 12. My son fucking comments. My son comments on the video and says, "I bet you can't even name 3 riders."
Damn. Got her.
Hey, CJ, that was low key. CJ was using his
No,
son's
fuck no.
Instagram at his burner account because he can't see any Deegan shit. So he's like, "Ryder, give me your phone so I can see what's going on."
Dude, I was dying when I saw that. I was literally cracking up. I was like, "Holy
Did
shit,
you ask?
Ryder, tell her."
You should go get him. We should ask them about it.
Yeah,
I
bring
told him
him
to come
on.
up here.
Bring him on the
Let me see if
pod.
he will.
Yeah. Dude, yeah,
That's
hey,
that's
that
funny,
practice
dude.
kit was sick. I agree with them. That practice kit had to be better than
Dude,
the
I'm
other.
the opposite. I thought the orange was badass, dude. When you were watching the track, he stuck out like a fucking sore thumb, dude. And when he was charging through the pack, you could really see it.
Yeah, but he
But
just
to
looked
me,
like an
I thought
orange highlighter.
I just thought the orange gear head to toe with like the prison numbers and all this print. I thought it was sick that Thor leaned into it that much too. Because I mean, we've seen black and white striped gear, a few times. But yeah, I mean, either one. I mean, both of them were sick. I think they had to do it. They had to own up to it. They're bad boys. If not them, someone else was going to do it, make money off of it too. So
no, for
I'm all
sure.
for it, man. I mean, the whole getting arrested thing. Me and Justin talked about last week. I mean, he's doing donuts in a freaking in a parking lot. Big. Well, the kid's 18 years old and has an $800,000 sports car. Like even that cop would be doing wheelies in the fucking donut in the parking lot if he had it. But what is he coming up or did he get shy?
No, he turned all red when he's like, "What do they want? What do they want?" And I told him, and his face just turned red, and he's like, "No."
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We might have to tag Brecky Hill in this and
Yeah.
see if she finds Ryder's comments.
You know,
All right.
Rider.
So that's it for the lit kit. J. Coops wore this again. I still think that O'Neal kit looks so fucking good, dude. It was like the white
The
phase down
red
to
with
the
the
yellow
white.
to the orange to the all red pants and the boots. I thought it looked so good. I think there was a few good kits out there, but I mean,
Shimoda's
Deegan's
kit.
really just stole the show.
I
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Shimoda's kit. I thought Shimoda's Fox gear, that blue gear, was sick.
No more
Uh,
handguards for Shimoda either.
nope.
Justin, I thought
Beaumare's black and blue one was pretty clean.
Justin, I
Yeah, I
figured
didn't
you would
like
have
what he
picked
wore in the
Shock's gear
main.
since you
It's
just ordered
just
that shit.
Huh?
So I figured you would have picked Shock's gear since you just ordered that shit.
That shit was
yeah, right.
clean too. That shit was
Yeah.
dope. I'm waiting on the jersey still.
And then the Thor guys were wearing the same shit that they wore in Tampa.
They look like
Uh,
a ice cream. They're like, it reminds me of a mint chocolate chip like ice cream cone.
That shit's
yeah.
so good. I rock it.
Yeah, I like that
uh,
dude.
I rock
all right, let's go into the qualifying here. I mean, shouting out with Danger Boy Deegan goes down and just fucking drops a hammer almost 2 seconds faster than the field. 46.9, Julian 47.2, Moseman 47.7, Cody Shock 48 flat, and then Derek Kelly top five,
Out of B
48.2.
practice. He
Yeah,
qualified
that's
out of
true.
B practice.
Yeah, that is true. Um, Cole Davies, which is really surprising, qualified ninth. We'll talk about how his night went, but that was, pretty surprising. A
Jordan Smith
couple,
10th.
yeah, so Davin Towers 11, Brandon Ray, shout out to him. He qualified 12th overall. So yeah, a couple guys really came aboard. We'll talk more about this, but that Stav Orland guy,
Yeah.
he's from Uganda, I think it is, or whatever. This is,
Yeah.
I think, is his fourth
it.
ever Supercross, and we'll get into how his night went too. Um, but yeah, other than that, and then shout out to our boy Braden Spangle. He qualified into the night show as well, so sick to see him get in there. But Justin, we'll start with you. Anything 250 qualifying that stood out to you?
Did you mention Yoder? Yoder with an eighth overall qualifying. I thought that was pretty. He's
I
putting
feel
in
like
a lot of.
that's normal,
Well, it's
is it
just for
not?
him. It's just a consistency. I think this year Yoder's been riding really well all throughout the year. So it's cool to see him top eight, even in those really rough conditions. That Seattle. It was interesting that they did take one of the practices away and maybe not, maybe push everything back a little bit.
I think that should stay.
Um, just to qualify, or they need to
Yeah,
do
just
like a
do the two
Friday practice.
qualifying, and then
Do
they
a Friday
just get
practice
rid
like
of
they
it.
used to. They used to do
What was
Yeah,
Friday
the
practices.
what was the deal there? Did they think it was gonna rain? I
yeah.
missed
It was
why they did
raining.
it.
It was raining till like 10 o'clock. So they
They
took the
even
Okay.
tarps
changed the
off.
track a little bit too.
They shortened
They
Yeah,
it,
took
right?
yeah, they took some stuff out of it. So
Yeah.
yeah, they prepared for it and nothing happened. Kind of the same shit happened last year. They prepared for an absolute mudder. The track was like fucking arena cross track, or like a monster truck could go through it, and it didn't
they did.
fucking rain.
Yeah.
They did that at
So it fucking
Alabama too.
backfired. Yeah. But all right. Anything else? 250, CJ, Zach, or jump
I
over to
I mean,
450?
I think it was just tough for those guys to get a lap in. I don't really. I mean, yeah, Deegan put a heater in, but a lot of those guys. I mean, Beaumare, they kept showing Beaumare, and I think it just went back to that track being super grabby. They didn't have a lot of time out there. It seemed like like
Mm-hmm.
the second session, it seemed like they had a lot smoother track. I think they just graded it right before the second session. Then Beaumare was able to come within like half a second or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seemed like none of those guys could get a full lap in. Like they would show a guy and he'd be hauling ass and then he'd fuck it up. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
over and over and over.
I know.
Yeah, I
I know
agree.
Jordan Smith was riding, just coming off that wicked crash, but he did not look good qualifying.
Dude, Jordan, he said that he was 100% and all this shit. He looked terrible.
Yeah, there's no shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
There's no shot.
he hit.
He looks.
I think he hit the ground every time he was on the track. I think he
And
hit
his
the ground
fucking
every race.
his little
A
suit
lot of
blew
it
up
was
every
bad.
time.
There was some bad luck too,
Yeah.
and we'll get
His
into what
little
happened to him. But
his little Alpine Star fucking blow up doll thing blew up every time he was out there.
Yeah.
yeah, and he barely fucking hit the ground. And one of them, like the corner, he just like kind of tipped over and fucking exploded.
Yeah.
Like I think the vest was a harder hit than actually hitting the ground.
Dude, I saw a comment that said, "I wish he would have been on his back and been stuck out there like a turtle."
Oh,
All right, jumping over to 450 qualifying. The one, the only, J. Coop up at the top, 46.8. The only one that's in the 46s, followed by Sexton, Cooper Webb, Malcolm Stewart, Justin Barsha, Olenberg Fernandez, Plessinger, Craig, Justin Hill. But Yeah, we lost Zach. Justin, Justin to Justin. What'd you think of Jay Coop laying down a heater out there on that track?
Jake Hoot seems to be showing some speed the last few weeks, even in qualifying. So it's interesting to see how he's going to do through the rest of the year. You know, maybe it's just not a couple race spurt. Um, I was really surprised with Webb being a half second off. I thought maybe he'd be a little bit closer with how ruddy the track was. I know he's not known for qualifying, but just with how rough the track was, maybe he'd be a little bit closer, maybe even topping the leaderboards. Oldenburg on the beta. Uh, I mean, top 10 qualifying, I think that's got to be a
Hmm.
plus and a positive for them anytime they're in the top 10 of anything, even a heat race. But, um, you know, top 10's top 10.
Yeah, and then we got Ken Roxon. He qualified 11th. CJ, I know he's dealing with an injury. We'll talk about what happened with him in the main. Brandis 7th, Barsha 5th. I mean, yeah, quite a few different like random names kind of thrown out there on this track.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was weird. It looked like I don't know. I think Cooper's out there. Justin Cooper's out there racing, trying to keep his girl. It looks like, and the rest of these guys are just practicing. I don't know. None of them really. Justin looked good. I mean, Justin Cooper looked
Yeah.
like he was on that section where they had the little tiny roller down the straightaway. He was
Hmm.
fucking ripping down before that left hander.
Dude, we'll
He
get into
was
the heat race, but that pass he made on Webb on the outside of that
yeah
flat
around on
turn,
that
dude.
section. Yeah,
That was
Yeah,
sick.
he was
he was like
fucking
he.
on
All
it.
the rest of the guys were kind of catching a little bit of air off that bump, and he was just kind of like fucking manualing over it and just never letting off. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting. He's showing some speed, but he's just a weird. He's a weird cookie, man. He looks like that, and then he'll be riding around in 10th place. I think he's one of
Hmm.
those guys like Anderson that's like when he's up there, he rides hard, and then as soon as he's back in like 5th place or less, he doesn't give a fuck if he finishes 20th or 5th.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's one of those guys that's definitely benefiting from Hunter Lawrence being out, Jet being out, Tomac being out. I mean, his results are going to be inflated from what
From what I've
he
seen
normally
the last
rides.
couple of rounds, I think he's got.
Yeah, I would say probably Hunter. I mean, Hunter did not look very good at all on the Hunter, so yeah,
Supercross,
I would
yeah.
agree with that.
I
I
know
think so
Justin.
too.
I know Cooper had a rough start, like the first couple of rounds, but lately he's been pretty impressing me.
Yeah, yeah, the last
He's
few weeks
dog
he really
one.
has. I think this week I thought he was faster than Cooper Webb. I mean, they raced each other in the
Yeah,
heat race. We'll get to that, and then even in the main event, we'll get to that too. I mean, he was right there with those guys, and
yeah.
he looked quick. All right. Anything else for 50 qualifying before we get into 250 heat one? All right, 250 heat one. This was another great race. Shout out to Cody Shaw, gets the win, his third heat win of the year. Stays ahead of Julian Bomer, Shimoda, Yoder with a fourth. Great ride. Same with Towers, Brad West, Dylan Walsh, Parker Ross, even Brandon Ray qualifies straight out of the heat. But Zach, we'll go to you. Your boy, Cody Shock, gets another heat win.
Took for him, dude. Fucking took for him and Club, dude. Like I said, they're my favorite YouTube channel, so I'm always down to support him.
Hmm.
And he's been showing really good speed. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets picked up by a factory team pretty soon. So I mean, but probably without a doubt.
Has he rode for factory team ever?
I don't think
No,
Nope.
No.
the best one he's ever
Hmm.
had was that Phoenix Honda, and then
I
now
mean, if you're PC, I mean, you want someone that's going to be solid and make it to every single race. I mean, gotta look at Cody Shaw.
Yeah, but you think Star's probably looking at that too.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, it could be. I mean, Yamaha to Yamaha, who knows? Yeah, club's gonna get picked apart on that one. But yeah, what else? What else stood out in this heat one? Let me pull up my notes here.
We're just looking at those. They still have Shimoda with a fucking little paramedic flag on his shit, bro. You broke a finger in like round one. So let
That's
me.
just that's just because he's Japanese. You know that a lot of the Japanese doctors and stuff. So
Mm. The second heat, though, I mean, started off with a banger. That Mosman and Smith crash was freaking gnarly.
yeah.
Mosman drills the fucking top block, does a nose wheelie over the bars, and then his rear tire hits fucking Jordan Smith in the face, and then he goes down, dude. If I was Jordan Smith, I would be like, fuck it, dude. I'm done. It's been my night. but,
I think his
but
fucking airbag blew off again.
I
yeah,
think it did
I'm
too.
sure.
I think it did.
I have to go back and watch that because that'd be fucking funny because I don't even think he that
I
touch.
think. Well, I think he said it. I think he said it deployed every time he was on the track.
Oh my
Why would
god,
you
that
just
is so brutal.
malfunctions like lap one of a main, dude? You're just riding around like a fucking blow up doll.
Fucking- Yeah.
The dude's
Fuck.
gonna put Alpine Star single handedly out of fucking commission.
For real. They start yanking that shit back. But
You gonna start charging him for that shit.
yeah. Davies ends up getting the win there. Deegan made a dumbass pass attempt on him that he was right on, but as soon as he made that pass attempt, I think he actually went down, and that was kind of it there. But yeah, I mean Davies looked good, but yeah, anything else in those 250 heats that stood out?
Deegan, when are you gonna learn? Just fucking relax. You're faster than everyone. Why are you trying to
It's your
force
own it's your
something?
own teammate too.
Yeah,
Like
what a fucking idiot, dude.
running it in, running over your guy's fucking foot. Like I don't know. It's weird, but
Davies just got Deegan's number now, so Deegan's gonna try to pick beef with fucking Davies just like
yeah,
he did with anyone else.
Gotta get in the
yep,
car, dude.
yep. And then Mark Spinks gets a second. I mean, he was solid all night long.
Lopes
Deegan third,
fourth.
Lopes fourth. Yep. Cole Thompson, Avery Long, Derek Kelly, Max Miller. Geez, man, as we're going down this roster, this West Coast is really depleted. I mean, you look at the guys that qualified straight out of the heats, like Cole Thompson, Avery Long, Derek Kelly, Max Miller, and then Michael Mosby. Like
Yeah,
that's like
but
an LCQ.
you gotta think that top four Lopes was on a star bike before his injury. So I mean, you got Davies, Marchbanks, Deegan, Lopes for 250 heat. That ain't too bad a talent. Sometimes that's all you would have in a whole freaking main event, if not maybe only two or three guys.
Yeah, and then um, Jordan Smith ends up going to the LCQ. Moseman did qualify, but I remember watching on the broadcast that he jumped on a cross flag, but it doesn't
Yep.
look like he got penalized for it
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to wonder who.
because
I
it
saw
was
someone
clear
posted it.
as
It was
day.
one of the riders that posted it. I think it was Slade.
Yeah, because it
I think it was
impacted
Slade
him.
posted it.
Yeah, because he finished
Yeah,
one. He finished one outside. I think. I think he got 10.
yeah, but I mean
Yeah.
that was clear as fucking day that he jumped on that red cross. So I didn't see anything, but I mean he wasn't in LCQ, so yeah, I don't know, it's weird. All right, let's go into the 450 heats. AP, man, his starts have been red hot lately. Gets the whole shot, runs away with the win. Sexton, Stewart, Colt Nichols, Oldenburg looked great there, riding second for a while. Benny Bloss, the Beta Boys did a good job in this heat one, Zach.
Oh yeah, for sure. Good to see both of them up there up front. I know CJ fucking hates AP for some reason, but that dude is the people's champion.
I
Uh,
don't know why.
it's
It's insane.
it's stoked. Dude, what do you mean? He's a fucking class act, dude.
He
Every time
wasn't
Wannabe
even a cowboy
cowboy.
until like 2 years ago.
I don't know, who gives a shit. Deegan wasn't a fucking jailbird till last Saturday, so
That's
it's
true.
all good.
That is true.
But no, it's good to see him.
That,
Good to see him riding up front again. Mitchell Harrison, Jerry Robin beating Justin Hill. That's kind of a little surprising to me. Going
that's because Hill went down first lap in the
You guys
first
see that
100 feet
fucking
of the track.
crash? Fucking
Yeah,
Mookie.
Mookie
So
clipped
Chisholm
Chisholm's
rolled
hand.
it, and Mookie's fucking foot peg ripped Chisholm's fucking arm off the fucking handlebars.
oh
And it
shit.
Yeah,
caused a fat pileup.
Hill, Mookie, and Chiz were all down right there. I think with
Dude, that start.
someone else.
We didn't talk about it at all, but I feel like that start for some reason. It like there wasn't I don't want to say there was a lot of carnage, but there was a lot of fucking pinballing off of each other. Like there was
It
a
seemed
lot
like
of guys that just smoked into the side of each other.
it tightened up like really quick. It almost seems like before that first rhythm section, it seemed like right there it tightened up very fast, and that's what
Mookie
caused
had
them kind of pinball.
Mookie had good jumps in the heat and in the main, and got fucking ricocheted out into the fucking plywood in both
Yep.
of them.
Yeah, they were getting cross-threaded
Yeah,
all night long. Need to get that trademark so that every time they say it on broadcast, we get paid like $1.
yeah.
It's been being said a lot, just saying.
Just feed it to Ricky, dude, and just tell Ricky we'll give him 25 cents for every time he says it.
Yeah. So that was 450 Heat 1. Yeah, I mean, no big names that was, Kyle Chisholm obviously had to go over to the LCQ, going over to 250 Heat 2. J Coop, like I said, he chased down Webb. He made that sick ass pass on the outside. He even gave him the finger guns at the checkered flag. I mean, I don't know. J Coop looked freaking. So this is what I'm saying. Like he straight up passed Webb and beat him. That's why I thought, hey, he looked faster all night, Justin. But
The
we
truck.
will go to you, Barsha third, Roxon, McGrath, Franz, Craig Morans, and Starling round it out.
Yeah, J Coop was absolutely ripping. We talked about him making that pass on Webb on that outside. I think that was maybe one of the sickest passes of the night because he just literally just gave it full beans and all the berries and just ripped it. So, I mean, J Coop, he's just kind of proven that he's kind of holding that speed now. Maybe it's because these whoops were jumpable whoops and he didn't have to skim them throughout the whole night. So maybe that played into his advantage because we know he's not great at. I don't think he's ever skimmed the woods for the whole main at all.
Yeah, but if you and we'll get to the main, but if you skim the whoops, you were significantly faster than anyone that was jumping them.
Oh yeah,
So
but
that
it was so rough though. It was tough
Yeah,
to
I think in
fucking
the main
even get
event,
around.
Fernandez like blew his doors off when he skimmed him. But yeah, I mean, 450 Heat 2. McGrath the fifth, great right there. Christian Craig gets in. Moran's Starling. What about you, Zach? Anything in the either 450 Heats that stood out to you?
No, to be honest, not really. Except for that battle between J Coop and Cooper Webb was pretty solid. So I think that was the
Yeah,
best heat race of the night. But
and I mean they all say that Jay Coop is faster than Webb at the practice track every single day, and that's a big reason
I
why
mean, it,
Webb wanted him to go over there because
it
Webb
seems
basically
like
uses him as a carrot.
Justin Cooper gave him the finger guns. They got back to the truck, and Webb was like, "Listen, son, you don't fucking do that shit." And then went out to
Yeah,
Maine, and he just
yeah, that
rode
was
around in what
weird.
fifth place, like.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I
you can't
think
take your own teammate's gesture and use it on him after a
Yeah,
heat race win.
I think I think JQ talked about it. I think it was either Vital or Swap there after the race interviews. I think J Coop even said something about it and said like they've been just kind of talking shit and making fun of each other, I guess, in the rig.
Mm,
So I guess they were kind of just talking shit back and forth to each other, and so I think it was more kind of just fucking around like, hey, I
probably.
got you, motherfucker. Like I
Yeah,
got you this one. I told you in the rig or something because. Webb didn't seem too pissed about it. Normally, Webb would have talked shit and been like, "This motherfucker thinks he can do that."
yeah, yeah. No, exactly. Um, all right, yeah. As far as the 450 heats, I think that's all
Hey,
we got.
we didn't talk about how Hill barely made it in though in the ninth. Harlan
Yeah, but I mean, he was
yeeted
down in the
himself
first
right
corner.
there. Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying though, he got in because Harlan yeeted himself right there in that second to last corner and blew
Yeah,
Dude,
it.
that corner. Not that that's where this was, but that corner after that long straightaway, that inside before the finish line, dude.
hmm
The one. I mean, where obviously some action happens later on in the night. Dude, that corner was a fucking problem all night long. Like the way that corner was set up was gnarly. Like that was like the ultimate fucking rock someone's shit corner.
hmm Yeah. Yeah, you could have teed someone up easily in there, and yeah, we'll see how to perfectly execute to not allow that to happen.
Yeah.
Once we get to the main events. All right, jumping over to LCQ, let's talk about some of that carnage. I mean, 250 LCQ starts out with Slade Verola just absolutely nose picking the fuck out of the rhythm section and going over the bars. Luckily, it sounds like he's all right, but yeah, he completely hit the deck there. Um, Turner ends up getting the win. Smith makes it through with a second. Once again, shout out to Orlan. Uganda makes his first. I think he's from Uganda. I could be completely
Yeah.
wrong.
No, it is. It is. Yeah.
that's Kim
Okay.
Paul. Shit.
Yeah,
He's
so I mean, he makes
he
his first main event ever in his fourth, and this guy's like from I don't know, he's from Uganda, but he races for Team Israel Motocross of Nations. But yeah,
He's
I
like
mean,
he's
7
pretty
foot
sick.
fucking 5.
he's
Yeah,
trained by Caleb Tennant, who is in SoCal. He helped train Deegan when Deegan was on a super mini for a
Justin,
little
how do
bit.
you know that?
Moto plug, dude. Moto insider.
Fuck, like what you've been researching fucking Slav Orland or
Well,
some
no,
shit? What the
oh,
fuck?
I've just seen it on
This
Caleb
guy's been on
Tennant's
TV four fucking
Instagram.
times. Not even 4
Hey,
times. The first time, and now you know who he fucking trains
hey,
with.
hey, Tennant's Instagram, dude. I followed him since Deegan was on a Super Mini, bro.
Dude, if you need any kind of dirt or anything, you just ask Justin. He'll find it somewhere.
Yeah, I'll find it, dude. We fucking moto plugged in, dude. Hey, if you want to be on a podcast, you got to know some fucking shit, dude. You
And
got to know more
honestly,
than.
most of the time it sounds legit, so you could be completely lying, but I mean, I don't know.
Hey,
Could be
pull the
right.
receipts. Hey, ask
I
Chat
ain't gonna go
GBT.
look to find out anyways.
Hey, Chat GBT it, baby.
Yeah. All right, then jumping over to the 450 LCQ. Chiz fucking dices up that field, Zach. Guys were going down left and right. It was funny because they actually listened to the broadcast. Jason Thomas is over here sitting here saying, like, hey, like, all Chiz has to do is just slow down. These guys are going to make mistakes in front of them. And literally, as he's talking about these guys are fucking going down left and right. And he ends up fucking goes from like seventh to winning the LCQ.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. That was one of the wildest LCQs I've seen in a long time. I mean, it's not even that. Like usually when you talk about it, you're thinking like, "Oh yeah, this dude just fucking blew this dude's doors off in a corner," but no,
Mm-hmm.
they're just fucking yard selling themselves everywhere. So
Yeah.
yeah, it looked like Chisholm was just out there cruising around, just keeping it straight,
Bro.
just fucking long. I had a good laugh at it, but
Yeah, there was some
Dude,
fucking carnage for sure. I mean,
Dude,
that
those
and
two
then
guys at the end, he did.
yeah,
Dude, they just almost like the same exact time. One went this way, one went that way. And the kids just went fucking dook dook dook. It's like what
it
the
was like
fuck?
everyone thought like, okay, we're good. This is what's going to go on. There's not really any racing going on, and the next thing you know, it's like a dude in seventh is now in fourth. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah,
they weren't racing each other; they were racing themselves.
yeah, that
Yeah,
shit was so funny. So Freddie Nora gets in there. Tristan Lane makes it through. Hunter Schlosser, AZ boy, which now he actually is registered as El Paso, Texas. He's not even repping AZ anymore. They all get through. Funny story that I actually heard, stealing this from Mathis. So Logan Carnell. So obviously, last week, if he would have made the main, Justin Brayton said that he would pay to get him to Seattle. Well, that didn't happen. But this weekend, apparently, Carnell asked to chat with Mathis and some other privateer riders if any of them have ever been to a rub and tug before.
oh god.
So, so Logan Carnell's new program this weekend was going to a rub and tug to see if it impacts its results. I mean, eighth in LCQ, maybe a little bit, but yeah. So there you go,
Fuck.
Logan Carnell. I mean, OnlyFans, but yeah, went to a rub and tug to try to see if he
Did
can
you
make it
hear
happen.
that?
And
Did you hear
what's
that
up?
big story about the dude that supposedly like sponsored him and gave him a credit card, and that he just like fucking swiped the card for everything in the world and didn't do anything that he was supposed to do and shit?
Oh
Well,
shit!
yeah,
I
he
would not
blew.
be
That's what
surprised.
because
Yeah, they
after that
said.
whole thing like went through, he blew the guy out or whatever, and that's when like Pulp kind of got all that
I
traction to
think I
help
do
Logan
remember
out.
that.
And then the
Yeah,
guy like a year after he posted, he's like, "Here's the truth. Here's the contract." Posted literally
Yeah, dude, the dude
everything.
posted the full fucking
Oh,
contract. He said he gave him a corporate credit card, and he said that he was just swiping the credit card at bars, fucking
yeah,
like all
clubbing,
kinds
all
of
kinds
shit.
of shit. Yeah,
Yeah, he said he was supposed to like give him like gym memberships, all kinds of shit that he can actually like fucking train and get a good
He
program
basically
on.
said he doesn't train at all and doesn't give a fuck, is what he said.
dude, what's the point of someone like that sponsoring a guy like Logan Carnell? They're not going to get any money out of it. Is it
it's just
just
a
a
tax
tax
write
write
off.
off? Is it just like a
Yeah.
feel good story? Like, hey, I support this guy because. Some of these sponsors, I'm just like, dude, they've got to just be pissing money away with some of these guys that they're supporting. And yeah,
I
for
want
example, Logan Carnell,
I think the
like you're
guy
not going
gave
to
him
get
like four
anything in
bikes.
return.
I want to know.
Yeah, the dude gave him bikes. Like I think he was even gonna pay him. I think he said he was gonna pay him like 50 grand salary, so he didn't have to worry about anything, and like
Yeah,
all this shit. Like
Yeah,
basically
it's crazy.
trying to like help him like elevate to the next level. And the dude basically was like, he didn't do a fucking thing. He didn't do
I
any of his
think
obligations. He's just swiping the
Jesus.
card at the fucking bar. He wasn't training. He wasn't doing nothing.
and it wasn't
I
even
think
like
he
it
even
wasn't
gave
even
him a
like hard
van.
allegations. Like all he had to do was like make social media posts and do kind
Yeah,
of
it was like weak ass shit, and he didn't do any of it.
Damn.
fucking nuts, dude. But I want to know how that dude still has sponsorship from like OnlyFans and shit like that. Like if I'm
Well,
doing
I
because
what
he's
he's
don't.
finding
doing,
these
He's probably
random.
has a good following too. I bet.
Well, and these rats that he has from OnlyFans are just fucking random TikTok hoes that are hoping that some motocross dude's gonna pay her $14.99 a month.
Hmm. Yeah.
But
I mean,
maybe she shows us
dude,
her butthole.
imagine being like
Whoa.
the only fans person that sponsors him and like tunes into the race on the weekends. Like this dude,
He's
fucking
not even there.
yeah.
Fuck yeah, for real.
He's at the rub and tug instead.
Jesus Christ. But I mean, shout out to fucking Steve Mathis for completely airing this fucking dude out on his fucking show. We just did the same shit, but we don't fucking know, so who cares? But you
Yeah.
know, that's your best buddy. He texted that to you. I
Dude,
mean, I don't know. You just
Mathis,
air this guy out. He's gonna get visited by the cops and be like, "Hey, where the fuck you go?
Yeah.
You just got called out for doing fucking prostitution, dude."
dude, Mathis was calling out J-Law in his comments too when he was trying to fucking
Oh
raise
yeah,
GoFundMe money. He was like, "How about you get a fucking job?"
Zach, you can't laugh. You hate Mathis.
that's true. That is true. To be honest, though, like I think I've noticed a change in Mathis. Even some of those guys, I think they're getting a little bit more loose and kind of.
Well,
I
yeah,
think
he was
Mathis
fucking.
was on his way out, so I think he's starting to say, "I don't give a fuck anymore."
I think he's
But
worried too.
yeah,
He's going to be a fucking American citizen here, and Trump keeps it up.
yeah, and people were telling him like, "Oh, you should let him in your LCQ race." Like, dude, J Law right now would kill himself on a Supercross track if he went out
Yeah.
there. Fuck.
Yeah, but hey,
But
maybe that's what I kind of want to see that though. We want to see the fucking carnage. Just make it J Law as like a headhunter, so you got to stay out of the way and
Get that
make J Law like a red shell.
video of that dude too. He's got like a 12-inch long fucking black and mild hanging out of his mouth and shit. What are you doing, dude?
Dude, he was at Mini O's in Loretta
He
smoking
went
a
from
black and
battling
mild
with Bill
before his
Porter and getting a
moto.
fucking ass.
dude,
When his
he put
fucking
on
truck
there.
broke down or some shit.
Yeah, Yeah, he
Fuck,
put
dude.
on. He's like, I'm afraid of the person I am without a dirt bike.
Yeah.
Like the shit I'm gonna get into.
I'm
Mathis on
afraid I'm going
everything.
to start doing fucking meth in the bushes
Yeah,
again.
they're like, how about you get a job to distract you from doing those things?
Yeah, fucking nuts, bro.
I don't know, dude. I can't believe that many people fucking donated to it. Like in a couple of days, he hit that target, no fucking problem. And yeah, I don't know how we ended up getting back to fucking jail again, but here
Hey,
we are.
hey, fuck, dude, my bike just got stolen too.
Yeah, for real. All right, let's go into the 250 mains. Yeah, this one was exciting. You know, Deegan went down early. You know, I mentioned it. You know, blitzing the woods. What Cole Davies was doing. I mean, you saw that very first lap. He was in the lead. He blitzed and he gapped everyone by a few bike lengths. Um, yeah, I mean, a lot of stories to go in here, but you know, CJ, we'll start with you. What really stood out to you as far as the main? Was it Cole Davies getting the win, or was it kind of just like, hey, I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, it
we were
was.
seeing it coming.
Yeah, I think it's cool to see. I mean, how old is he? He's like 17 or some shit. The dude, he's a force
Yeah.
to be
Yep,
reckoned with.
17.
He's going to be an animal. Everyone says that he learns really, really well. He picks up on stuff really, really well. I mean, I think it's a matter of time. He's going to have titles racked up. But I don't know. I mean, call it hate, call it what you want, but Deegan just fucking. I just don't understand. Like he goes out there, he dominates practice. He's clearly the fastest guy on the track, and he can't win a heat race. And then he fucking does the same shit he always does in the main event. Falls down. He's
Hmm.
so far fucking. He's like 14 seconds back at one point. I mean, what are you gonna do at that point on the track when you're 14 seconds back? He put in a good ride, and he ended
Yeah.
up with some decent results, but I don't know, it just shocks me that it's just time and time again. It's like, dude, stay the fuck off the ground for 2 seconds. Like it's almost like he just at the beginning of the races, he just blows his load. He thinks he needs to be at the front instead of just getting into a fucking safe place and then go. I mean, he can pick these guys off, but you can't. It's a lot
Yeah.
harder to pick them off when you're 14 seconds back.
Yeah. He was
But
clearly
I
the
do,
fastest guy out there. He marched right through the pack, no problem. Caught all the way
yeah.
up to third. But yeah,
I
I
thought it
mean,
was pretty. I did think it was pretty sick that it just ran. I don't really understand the bad blood or what the fuck the deal is, but Shimoda. This is like the second week now that
Yeah.
Shimoda's just
hmm
fucking ran it deep on him,
running him
and
hard
he's kind
twice.
of kind of like bitch boy running it in though. He runs it in and then he like just like pulls out of the way, like don't
Yeah.
touch me back kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it was kind of that's the second weekend though that he's done that. So I
Yeah.
don't know what the deal is there. If he just like wants to fucking be on TV or he wants Deegan to punch him. I don't know what the deal is, but.
Deegan hasn't even brought it up. Like he doesn't even fucking care.
Yeah, I think
Like,
lucky for him, I think that Bomare stuff
yeah.
overshadowed what was going on. But I think if that Bomare stuff didn't happen, he for sure would have said something about Shimoda because he ran in there
Yeah.
twice, fucking
Yeah, he
hard.
did. Yeah, he did. The second
It's
time,
good to see some
especially.
fight in him though. Like every other fucking weekend, he just like lets him go by. It's like, oh, okay, like
Yeah.
cool. But
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Joe Schmo's not known for being an aggressive rider by any means. But yeah, I had that too. Shimoda really being aggressive there.
And that was
Zach, what
that
about
was that same corner too. That fucking tight left hander.
Mhm.
If those
at
guys
the
were going,
start?
if they went past that inside tough block by a fucking inch, dude,
Yeah,
these guys were just diving inside of them.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Zach, what about you? What stood out to you? 250 main.
I think that dude, like looking at Davies and Deegan, like I'll just use the two teammates as an example. Davies looks much more like calculated and looks like he's more efficient of a rider. Like Deegan hangs it out, but Davies is like he's got that quickness and everything's calculated. Like he doesn't make mistakes. I think he should have won, prior to this past weekend, like Glendale.
Yeah, but you can't say he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. What is he, 20 something points back in the title? So he has
Yeah,
been
but
making mistakes.
I'm just saying,
I think it's the
looking at him
opposite.
riding, he looks very good. Like his body positioning all over the track is good. Like sometimes you see Deegan like hanging it out, body position off, makes it look like he's fucking absolutely railing. But Davies looks fucking fast. Even when we were in Glendale live, I didn't see what Deegan had on anyone in the fucking field.
Yeah, I just think like I think it was last weekend or something we were talking about, but Cole Davies, the last West one that there was, but Davies, I feel like he's riding that edge. He's riding that fearless edge. He's the only one that's blitzing the whoops every fucking time. And there's been multiple races where he's blitzing the whoops and he looks squirrely as hell. I thought he was going to throw this race and go down because I think that's his thing is that he doesn't know that. I don't think he's learned to when to kind of tone it down. I think he's going 100% the whole time. Because you see it, he blitzes the whoops like fucking crazy, and everyone else is starting to jump it because like I need to be more efficient. He's just and fucking makes it through, but. I think he's just fucking riding that edge. Eventually, he's gonna fucking hit the deck. But I mean, it's weird. You see the name, you see how good he's riding, he gets the win. But if you look at the season as a whole, I mean,
Like, dude,
he's
like,
still quite a ways back.
I get it, but at the same time, like I just look at like that main event, that was textbook. Start to finish, like
Yeah,
no issues, nothing, like look good. I don't.
but is that what he? I would say, is that what he needs to win? Is it has to be perfect, where he gets the whole shot, he checks out, and that's it?
I don't know, maybe.
Davies has really had like two bad rounds, really. A1, he was eighth, and Arlington, he was seventh. Other than that, he had a fourth in San Diego, back-to-back thirds, then that seventh in Arlington, fifth in Indy, and then he wins this weekend. I mean, as a rookie, to where last year in futures, he looked like shit and was just squirrely everywhere. And then now he's running consistently, podium guy, top five. I mean, it's pretty good. A1, he was literally down in the first corner with Deegan, worked his way up to eighth in his very first Supercross. And then Arlington, didn't he crash the first one and then win the last two or something like that? Or is that Glendale?
Glendale, he lost the
Glendale won
last
the
one.
first two.
That's what it was. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Glendale.
No,
But
I think
I
Davies won
mean,
the very last race of Arlington.
he proves he gets consistent starts.
No,
He's a
I
great
mean,
starter
don't
and
get
he
me
can move
wrong.
up.
He's been damn good, impressive, especially his rookie year. I can't remember what they said the last time someone won their rookie season a race. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I'm you can't tell me he's faster than Deegan. You can't tell me, oh, I think he's faster
I
or
just
he
say,
looks faster because you look at these results and he's not.
but I'm just saying, like even at Glendale, like I didn't see anything that separated Deegan than him. Like they were.
Well, no, but if you look at it, I mean, look how great Juju looked in Glendale, in Anaheim, and all these hard packed tracks, and then now look at what Juju's look when we came over to something a little bit rutted. So maybe just Deegan isn't good on the hard pack stuff, but yeah, I mean, it's no surprise that Davies got this win. Like I said, we thought it should have came in Glendale, but for him to get it done now, I mean, that's cool. Tough track too, and like Justin said, I mean, he got the start. Him and Juju had a little bit of a battle, but eventually he just kind of took off and let his laps. But yeah, I don't
Geez,
think anyone is surprised.
Juju cannot ride ruts to save his fucking life. Holy shit.
I
He needs
mean,
to
it
just
looks
live
like he's
somewhere
gotten
soft like that. I
better.
mean,
I mean, I don't know
a
how bad he
little bit
was.
better, but holy shit, you get the whole shot and then you just fade away like that. Like, you cannot be doing that if you want to be a championship contender. Can't.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. I mean,
bad.
and Deegan was able to chase him down. Deegan was pretty far back too, and he still chase him down and get it. But
And
let's talk about that.
he just let Deegan go inside on him like that and punk him in the corner like that,
Yeah, I mean,
Dude,
chased him
after,
whole
down,
last lap
moved him out of the way.
that whole last lap for Juju looked terrible, dude. Like coming
Horrible.
up short on shit, bouncing, missing ruts and corners. So like, dude, fucking.
Well, did you see him endo? Did you see almost endo and go over the bars
Like,
before
Yeah,
coming
right at the
across
very
the
end.
star?
Yep.
Holy shit.
That's what allowed Deegan to get him because he fucking
Yeah.
almost ate shit off of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean Deegan gets up there. He adds 2 more points onto Beaumare, so I think he's up 14 now. But they still have another East-West shootout
Two more.
in Philly, and then they still have Denver, and then they still have Salt Lake. So there's
Yeah,
still three more races to go.
He's up
One of them being
14.
East-West shootout. So I mean,
Two of them
it's
are
going to
East
get
West shootouts.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Salt
right.
Lake.
Yep,
Philly
that's
and
right.
Salt
Salt
Lake.
Lake and Philly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's going to be. It's definitely not done, that's for sure. But Julian Beaumare definitely doesn't have any momentum as far as getting this title by any means.
How
And
far back is Cole?
that's
20.
20.
So they
So, but
need
so,
Deegan a DNF.
but coming back to this though, but like Deegan, like dude, like you're. I mean, you making that move on Beaumare, getting aggressive like that, he probably would have passed him no problem regardless. But you're just stirring up shit there. Joe's obviously gunning for you now. Like he's too worried about playing these games, on social media and fucking on the track. Where it's like, dude, why don't you just focus on racing and so you can wrap up this title? Because
Well, and
you get
he
something dumb or
did,
Juju just fucking just launches over the berm, your title's over, and he's
and
gonna go for it.
that's how he started the season. Remember, he was acting like a little fucking preppy bitch at the beginning of the season, and then he didn't do shit, and he kind of like it's like someone slapped him in the head and was like, "Bro, you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
ruin this shit." And he came out, didn't talk shit, all business. Came out, won some races, and then he gets arrested doing fucking
Yep.
donuts in the Krispy Kreme parking lot. And now he thinks he's a badass again. And he
Yep.
just ran his mouth the whole fucking weekend.
Yep.
And then he doesn't win. It's like I
Yep.
don't know. It's like, dude, maybe chill the fuck out. Stop acting like you're a badass. Either go get on a soap opera or come out here and fucking race.
It's the whole
Yeah.
fucking Deegan persona. It's been the Deegan persona since day one with his dad. It's just fucking all for marketability. Hey, look at me, look at me. It's all attention. It's just like him bitching and complaining on the podium. Oh my god, Juju posted my address. Like, motherfucker, public record. Your local news was
Okay,
talking about
so
you.
let's dive into
Everyone.
it. That's not these guys are professional athletes that make millions of dollars, have millions of followers. There's got to be common courtesy between athletes of, hey, don't post my address on in front of your fucking fans. So like,
It's
yes,
fucking
it's
everywhere.
public. It doesn't
You,
matter though. You're not
you
gonna
know damn
post,
well. You know
especially
damn
your
well our
rival too.
industry.
Deegan
Like
would have posted it.
you,
Deegan would have
yeah,
posted it.
no,
Our whole
and you know
industry
what?
posted it. Even if it
Yeah,
wasn't Beaumare, Racer X fucking posted it. He didn't bitch out Racer
hey,
X. He
yeah,
didn't bitch out
and you
anyone
know what?
else.
And Beaumare would have said the same shit to Deegan too. They still would have. You're not gonna, especially if something that you don't like, and they're gonna blast you out there on fucking social media. You're not gonna be happy about it,
Either
Beaumare
way,
wouldn't
But
have given a shit. Beaumare even said it's a fucking public record. What about everyone else that fucking posted
either
it?
way,
Like,
dude.
dude, get over
I'm
your
here for it.
ego.
whatever. Beaumare got
I'm
slapped in the
fucking here
face, and
for
he
it.
fucking curled his tail between his
I
legs.
don't. I don't think that. I think Boomer beats the fuck out of Deegan.
Oh, he would beat the
He had
fuck
the
out
I
of Deegan.
beat the
chance.
fuck
He
out
had
of
the
you.
He would
chance
beat the
to.
fuck out of Deegan.
I don't
He
Dude,
think
had the
he'd fuck.
chance to. He had the chance to. Deegan fucking slapped his helmet, and Judy's like,
He ain't
"Oh,
gonna he ain't gonna
okay."
beat hey, he ain't gonna punch him with the fucking
Not a
helmet
fucking
on. Fucking
chance,
take the
dude.
helmets off and
I
fucking
don't
fight in
care.
the
Smack
parking
him
lot
back. You
like
see, you
men.
see what Anderson did to Jet. You see
Oh
what
dude,
Anderson did to
Beaumare's
Jet.
gonna Beaumare's gonna
That's how
give him
you
that
handle that
928 fucking
situation.
left hook.
Yeah, right. No, that was a bad
Deegan
look for
Deegan
Beaumare.
posted and said, "Make post fight fades legal."
Yeah, dude.
Bro,
I reckon
Beaumare would
that's
fucking mop the floor at that fucking door. He
I
would
don't think
cry if he
so.
got hit.
yeah.
I
He'd
don't think
fucking
so. Juju's been getting fucking punked all over the track. What makes you think he's gonna fist fight someone in the fucking parking lot?
he's
He's
a
from
fucking
Havasu,
French
baby.
dude and he'd fucking rile you up and fucking kill
Okay,
He
you,
was a
well,
dude.
party. All he was
That's
he was
all
a
he
fucking
did.
party
That's
cat
all
in
he did.
Havasu. You
Yeah.
don't think they
doesn't
were
matter. That
fighting?
doesn't mean he was getting in fights.
Oh, for sure. You've been to Havasu. That's all they do is drink and fight.
Yeah, well,
And ride
I don't
jet
know. He
skis.
for someone getting fight, he's getting pushed around on the track every single weekend and being made
Hey,
look
Fucking
like a little
you
pussy out
think
there.
Millsap
Irons out there.
doesn't have Beaumare ready? Millsaps would fuck any of them up, dude. Millsaps would
Well,
fucking go to
he's not
Brian
ready
and
on the
fuck his
track because
ass up.
Deegan's fucking bullying him around like it's no one's fucking business. What is this,
Oh
the
yeah,
second time? We took him out in
Beaumare's gonna
Anaheim.
Hey,
Bullmare had a chance and he fucking blew the dirt off of his fender.
Boomer did say he's got one coming to him in Philly. So
Oh yeah, I'm sure he does. Well, he's got to be able to catch up to fucking Deegan
that's fucking
first.
mad, dude.
Fuck,
These Deegan lovers, dude.
fucking a guy. The guy gets slapped across the face, and now he's some tough guy in the parking lot.
I've
Fair.
been fucking Deegan. He's some tough guy. Oh, I'm gonna win this race, and then he fucking finishes like fourth. Like,
Hey,
dude, shut the fuck up, dude.
slap the fuck out. I think Juju was
Hey,
rattled. I think it
hey,
took a minute for him to fucking
hey,
come to
Dude,
senses after
he
that
it's
shit.
fucking
kind of.
barely tapped his ass.
His finger
Yeah,
barely
hey,
hit his helmet. He was like,
yeah, hey,
ah, ah.
yeah. Hey,
It was
it's
the
so
most petty
embarrassing though. How
fucking
do
It
you
was
sign.
get?
like
Like,
he was afraid to slap
quick,
him. He's
push
like,
his
should
helmet.
I or no? Okay, here you
Yeah,
go.
I think the worst part about it is he said, "Oh, make post race fade legal." Like, bitch, you tapped and you're like, "Oh shit, I shouldn't have done that." Like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Go fucking do it, dude. Go throw the fades out in the street. But fuck, I don't know. It's ridiculous. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Philly. But I don't
I
know,
think it's
Julian.
interesting though
Julian, you got
that
to step up and fucking do something back already, brother. Like you're getting your right now. It's Deegan 5, you 1. He's just fucking bullying you around like it's a fucking playground.
I think it's
Justin knows
wild
about
that he
that.
said that fucking Deegan was texting him and messaging him and shit,
He
saying
was. He
like,
did it
yeah,
as
I
soon as
hope
you
you
yeah.
learned how
practice.
to
You
ride
practice.
ruts and shit.
Yeah,
No, hey, he
dude.
said
He's
good
flex.
morning. He said good morning, legend one time or something
Yeah,
like
then
that.
deleted it.
Yeah.
Dude, Julian's his fucking pet, dude. I'm telling you.
I
I
mean, he's
don't know.
definitely playing head games, like for sure. He's
Hey,
for sure playing head
Maybe
games.
Julian's going to challenge Deegan to a jet ski race. Maybe that's what he means is he's got one coming. They're going to go settle it on the
Yeah.
water. But yeah, I
You
mean,
can shit your pants.
dude, these guys can take a break for a week, 2 weeks, 6 weeks, a month. It doesn't fucking matter, dude. They show up on race day and they fucking pick right back up where they left off. Deegan was talking shit right out of the very beginning qualifying, so people can't ride ruts. And then
Well, like
yeah,
you
I mean,
said
all
though,
that drama just ensued.
I do think that it's like it's one of those things where, well, I've said it before, like he's making enemies with people that like it's gonna
Hmm.
bite him in the ass one day. I mean, right now this is his title to win by a
Yeah.
fucking landslide, and he's pissed off enough. I mean, did he piss off? What if he pissed Julian off enough that Julian does fucking send him out into the concrete and he breaks his collarbone or something, and now he's
Yeah.
done. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all it
Okay.
takes.
Fuck, you don't even have to worry about Julian. Look at fucking Shimoda. Shimoda's
Yeah.
out for blood too.
I'm here for all of it, dude. I'm here for all of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here for the trash talking. If you're gonna do the trash talking, then yeah, gonna be aggressive on track, but you got to be able to back it up. And so far, I mean, Deegan has with his results, with his actions on the track, being aggressive. You know, his podium speeches. You know, he's holding his own, and Julian hasn't. You know, he's been getting pushed
hey,
around.
Deegan's only 5'7". Bill Maher's mopping that motherfucker's ass, dude.
Dude, well, how about Marchbanks, man? Good second place ride there.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
back to the
Mark. Yeah,
results. Yeah,
PC
Marchbanks
finally
looks
back on
good.
the podium.
Marchbanks
What
didn't look
else?
good.
Yeah, I don't know what the difference, was there. I think he announced that he's working with Brock Tickle now, training with him. So that might be kind of an advantage there. But yeah, I mean, good bounce back. Sounds like he's back to being 100% healthy. But yeah, I mean, he looks solid. So Hayden third, Bomera fourth, Shimoda fifth, Mosman sixth, Enzo Lopes with the seventh, Shock eight. Shock was in a great position. I think he was going to get another podium, and then yeah, he gets cross-shredded and launches into the tough box. And yeah, Zach, I mean, he went down pretty good.
Yeah,
That was a perfect fucking get off too.
really was. Dude.
Yeah,
They
it
landed
was.
that thing nice and soft.
Hey, we
The
talked
fenders,
about it last weekend about these tough blocks. They saved these guys just as much as they fucking hurt them, and the tough blocks might have
Hey,
made them wreck, but it was a soft landing.
hey, Shock's pretty good at fucking getting off of crashes. In Daytona, he had that perfect one where he fucking did a full
Flip.
front flip and landed on his
Yeah.
feet. And he's had a couple of them, dude, where he just fucking like runs right out of it. It's like, what the fuck is this fucking a Spider-Man?
Yeah. Shout out Gavin Towers, top 10. Very impressive right there. Bull Thompson, George Smith with a 12th. We talked about just a rough night overall. He couldn't stay off the ground. Yoder 13th, kind of out of character there. Stav Orlin, Justin's favorite rider, apparently, that we found out today, 18th.
Oh, he
So
definitely
shout
ain't
out.
my favorite rider. You,
Yeah,
you
right.
already know that, you know.
Sure.
You know.
Um,
Let me
and
go
then
get my
yeah,
robe.
that kind of rounds it up there. But yeah, I mean, it was a great 250 West main, Cole Davies got the job done, sick. I think that's the fifth or sixth winner for the West already.
Yeah, 11 for 10 winners, 250.
Yeah,
11 races.
yep, so that's sick. But I mean, there's no doubt this championship still has plenty to go, and I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen, especially at this next East-West shootout. It's going to be really good. Anything else, 250 West? Or we can talk about 250 title. I think we all agree this is Deegan's to lose, but by no means is it over. Anything can happen with these races that are left.
I almost think that Deegan's biggest threat is Cole, not Julian. I think that it's Deegan's title to lose, but he's one get off, one DNF, one bad enough get off that he finishes 18th away from allowing Cole. But I honestly I think Cole's the one he needs to worry about.
Yeah, I think
I don't think so, because it's not like he's got to worry about the dirty, aggressive riding from Cole.
I just mean
He doesn't
speed.
have to worry about Cole taking him out or pushing him over the berm.
But Cole's.
I just mean ability to beat him. Cole has an ability to beat him.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. Like, once again, like what did Cole do this weekend? He got the whole shot and he checked out.
He rode the perfect.
Like it's. I want to see.
Isn't
Like,
that
can
what
he?
you're supposed to do? Aren't you supposed to
No,
get the
but what
whole
I'm
shot and
saying
check
is,
out? Isn't that what
I
you're
can't
supposed to do in the
say,
race?
but is Cole gonna pass Deegan while Deegan's leading? You really feel confident that's gonna happen? No doubt.
I mean, Davies did run
I
the
don't think
fastest
so.
lap
If
time. I mean,
Deegan's
Davies.
up front, he's gone. Cole's not going to be able to catch him or chase him down. I don't think so. Without Deegan making a mistake.
How often is fucking Deegan out front?
I
Yeah,
mean,
you can't get a start. You can't get a
more than
start. That
anyone
ain't
else.
fucking Davies' fault.
I'm just saying that Deegan's so worried about this juju drama that Davies is just flying under the radar, getting better every weekend.
I just think he's too far back. He's going to need some help. He's going to need some from Deegan to
here for a title, but I think that
go him down.
Yeah, but Deegan's dumb enough to get his ass punted by some East Coast guy in the fucking East-West shootout in either Philly or Salt Lake and fucking DNF a moto to where it does fuck it up because he's trying to force something and take someone out, and then it's going to come back to bite him in the ass.
Indy turned out fine. It didn't seem like anyone had any beef with him there. So, but yeah,
At that point, but
who
people will
knows?
get tired of it at some point.
All right. Anything else? 250 title. Think we're good? All right. 450 main event. Damn, this is the best race in quite a while. Definitely the best race of the year. I mean, I think there was quite a few.
No.
What? What do you mean? No.
Tomac and Jet in San Diego. Those motherfuckers,
No,
dude,
it wasn't.
ripping.
This race was
Yes, it
way
is.
better.
Hey,
I would much rather
Tomac
watch this race than
for the
that.
win. Tomac for the win, baby.
First place.
Yeah, no, like 100%. This race was sick. Cooper Webb gets a dime. I mean, it was literally identical to last year. Passed him last lap, hung the inside as tight as you could fucking hug it. Gets the job done. I mean, honestly, it really came down to whoever was able to ride the cleanest at the last moment. Because at the very end, Sexton had the lead. Looked like it was his, but then he made a bobble. Then Webb came through, but then Webb made another bobble, but Webb was able to make up. But yeah, CJ, we'll start with you. What a hell of a race.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. I mean, Roxon looked promising there at the beginning, and he was fucking railing. I mean, his corner speed at the beginning of the race was unreal. I commented in the group chat. I was like, he is just railing these berms. And then it was kind of weird. I know they're talking about some shoulder issues or whatever, but it almost seemed to me like he kind of figured that he was getting beat, and I don't know, maybe a shoulder hurt. Who knows? We'll give him
He
the
fell
benefit
off
of the
quite
doubt.
a bit. I mean, he fell down to back to fourth, thought crashing. So yeah, it honestly would have been worse because Jay Coop went down.
But I was impressed with I mean, Cooper and Sexton. That battle was badass, and then seeing Cooper Sexton. I think Sexton got like 2.5 seconds ahead of Cooper at one point, and he was able. I thought it was done. I thought it was over with there, and then Cooper's just unreal ability to reel those guys in for no reason. Like, he doesn't look like he should be able to. He looked god fucking awfully slow through that long rhythm section. He looked terrible through that long rhythm section. I was like, once Sexton got around him, I was like, okay, he's definitely going to fucking see what Sexton's doing and change this pathetic line that he's taking. And I don't know if it was like in his head or if it was just like a sketchy ass line he didn't want to commit to it or what, but it was every single time he went through that rhythm section, I was like, he's fucking cooked. Like, he is so slow through this fucking rhythm section. but he finds this weird fucking way to reel these guys in. And then that pass when dude, that was just pure. He had the bigger nuts, dude. When Sexton got all fucked up and he just seat bounced that fucking triple from nowhere. Like
Mm-hmm.
he looked like he was gonna eat shit and he was like, "Fuck it, this is my chance."
Yeah.
And dude, he just sent that shit. That was sick. And
Yeah.
and then yeah, at the end there in that corner, I mean Sexton was looking for a
He
millimeter
made it
of room.
close.
Yeah, he was looking for any fucking room to jam it in there. And dude, Webb is just that guy. Like he's just super good at that shit.
Yeah,
Webb,
he's not going to do the fastest line. He does whatever's going to be the most consistent. And it would be cool if they kept a track of like how many mistakes these guys make like per race. But yeah, I mean Cooper Webb's got to be the one that makes the least amount of mistakes. He's not going to do the big rhythms or the fastest line, but he's going to do the line that he can do over and over and over again. That you're going to stumble here and there, and he ends up making up that time. But
do you
yeah,
think
Zach. Oh, Justin, go
do you
ahead.
think do you think Sexton would have had a better chance if he would have just stayed in the gas and just railed that outside before the
No,
finish?
No.
no.
Because I
Yeah,
heard Pulp and
no,
them were kind of talking about it. I was listening to it a little bit before we started
I think
ours,
he would have had a
and
better shot
they're
if he just
asking.
rammed Webb's back tire.
That's what I thought he was gonna do. I
yeah,
thought he was just gonna come into Webb and just completely fucking
yeah,
almost ghost ride it if he had to, and fucking his swing arm and take him out.
No, if he
But
went
holy,
wide, he would have lost by 2 seconds.
yeah.
yeah, I think it was too
The
deep.
best thing they should have done was cut the quarter, completely take out Webb. Chase Sexton would have gotten a 2 penalty for docking for cutting the course, whatever. But Webb would have gotten 17th because they lapped all the way up to 7th. So that's what he
Yeah.
should have done.
Just ghost ride the bike across the tough blocks, take him out.
Right. But yeah, I mean, awesome ride. You know, Jay Coop, you know, he looked really good. He ended up throwing away.
Yeah.
I think it was going to be a podium too. He looks solid. But yeah, Webb gets the job done, breaks out the finger gun. So going into the 450 title, you know, Webb gets 2 points back. But once again, I mean, who knows? This, to be honest, this trade race just kind of seemed like, hey, anyone could have won it. You know, I don't think this was Webb getting any momentum back. I don't think this is, you know, Sexton really getting any momentum back. I think it's just this was a damn good race, and it was just
Yeah,
whoever
but
can make the least amount of mistakes got
to
the
have an
win. And
It,
instant to
it
have an
should have been
instant
3 points.
oh yeah,
replay of what happened to you last year and allowing it to happen to you
yeah.
again, has got to get in your fucking head.
Yeah, I mean the track looked tough. I mean we saw they were making mistakes all over the place coming up short. So I think it was just what was handed to him, and Webb was able to guide through it a little bit better. But Zach, what about you? What stood out to you with this 450 main event?
I feel like, dude, every single year, like CJ said, Langston, like towards this end of the year, he's got
Mm-hmm.
something
Starts
to
fading.
do with his body or something that you know what I mean. Like he just fucking like fades off. It's like dude, like what was it? You know, yeah, sure, he fucked up.
Mono or whatever.
Last year his
Yeah,
shock
dude.
exploded.
Now it's his
Yeah.
AC joint. Like, how do you go from railing fucking balls to oh fuck, my shoulder hurts so bad. I gotta stop. Like, there's no, I don't know, dude. Like, there's something.
Well, he crashed.
Well, I think he
It was a practice
dislocated it or
crash.
something like that.
No, I
He
understand.
dislocated it.
What I'm saying is, how do you go from like the first 10 minutes of the race absolutely fucking ripping and hanging it out up front with the boys, and then the second half just like, you know, what was his gap at the end of the race?
Being tired
Ooh.
and recovering from a dislocated shoulder.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, no, I mean, this
Hold
is
on, I'll
what
find out.
Roxon does, right? And this is what I was
Every
saying at the
single
beginning of the
there's
year
something
is,
like this that
hey,
happens.
yeah, he's going to come out on fire, no surprise. You know, I think I said that after, I don't know, it might have been Glendale, but I was like, hey, whatever, yeah, this is what Roxon does, but can he keep doing it? And yeah, here we go. I mean, to be honest, if that's 100% healthy Roxon, I think he wins that race. After he
So
passes Webb, I think he checks out because he was
so
blitzing the loops and he looked good.
Roxon was 24 seconds back. AP was 15, Sexton half a second, and then Ferendis was 27. So yeah,
Yeah.
24.7 seconds back.
Yeah, so just deja vu with Roxon again. You know, it sounds like they're in talks to where he wants to come back next year, so we should see him.
Third fastest lap of the race, though.
Who, Roxon?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, like lap one.
lap 3.
Right.
Webb was the first on lap 2. Sexton was second fastest on lap 6. Roxon was third fastest on lap 3. and then J. Coop was fourth fastest on lap 3. They're all
All right.
within 2 seconds. 0.2.
And then shout out Dylan Ferrandis, fifth. That's his best finish of this year by far. He did say in an interview that he did not get the HRC fill and ride. He was pretty bummed about it. They did give him some parts and stuff, but Lars was on the show, the Pulp Show, over the weekend, said that they're going to announce something tomorrow. But keep in mind, tomorrow is April Fool's Day,
Yeah.
so just be. I feel like it's going to be something where it's going to be like Trey Kennard walking out, like he's going to be riding, and then Dino's
With
going to
that
show up.
stupid
He's like,
ass
wait, wait, wait,
muscle
wait.
suit.
Yeah, and then Dino's going to show up and be like, "What are you doing on my bike? Get off!" And then Dino's going to hop on.
Hey, Dino's gonna come as Grandpa Earl, and then it's gonna be Kennard in
Yeah,
that muscle shirt, and they're gonna race for it or something stupid like that.
yeah. So keep an eye out for that. But it does sound like HRC is going to fill in. But yeah, Dylan wasn't stoked on not getting that opportunity.
How long is
Um,
Hunter out?
They're full season till
yeah,
outdoors.
yep,
Hunter is?
yep.
Yeah,
It's like 3
I
more
think
weeks. Why would you even put a fill in right
Well,
it's like
it's a
Prado.
brand new
You'd think
bike, right? They
Prado.
want to get the data of, what this bike is doing out there. And if it's sitting on
Yeah,
a
but
stand, it's not
Kennard.
doing them any
Yeah,
fucking
but
good.
Kennard's tested just as much. Why force Hunter back to
It
crash
doesn't,
again when you just have Kennard test and do everything? He's already
now?
doing it all
well,
anyways.
testing doesn't replicate a race, though. It's way different.
You have 3 races left. I mean, fucking until outdoors.
HRC? No, there's still, 6, 7 supercrosses to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
6.
just get ready for outdoors.
Yeah.
6
Yeah, there's
left.
still six rounds to go. But yeah, I mean, get Dino out there, whatever. Everyone loves Dino. It's a good crowd. And yeah, hopefully you can find out what's going on with this bike and something that can help the guys when they get back. Justin Cooper, three-way put him getting the 6th. Malcolm with the 7th, kind of back to reality there. Barsha 8th. Benny Bloss with a 9th, shout out to him. Justin Hill 10th. Mitchell Oldberg 11th. Someone that really stood out to me and he wasn't happy with his ride was Christian Craig with a 15th. That's a ugly result there, Justin,
What do you mean?
for a
Didn't he just
factory
get
rider.
12?
I expect him there though. I don't
Yeah,
think
but
Craig's a
12th
top 10
is
guy.
close,
Craig's not a top 10 guy
close.
anymore.
But
I don't even
He's
know
it's
terrible.
why Star should have never gave Craig a ride. They should have just made him a coach or something.
I would say I don't know. I think he's right on the board on a top
Yeah,
10 guy.
yeah,
Once
but
he's
why
held, once
why
he's 100%. I mean, he just got back, so who knows what we're gonna look, what
yeah,
he's gonna
but
see. But
why bring Craig in when you have Eli Tomac, Cooper Webb, and Justin Cooper?
I think
I
I
they're
know.
mean,
paying him. I think they're paying him, so they're like, fuck, you're gonna go out there and race if we're gonna pay you.
it's probably
No,
so
I
Deegan
think
could
the
just
whole.
it's
I think as
Deegan can
soon
bang
as
his wife.
yeah, as soon as Deegan kicked him to the curb, he's done. He's not coming back after this shit. I think that was a whole Deegan ploy for him to teach him how to
Hmm.
go through the whoops, and Deegan kicked him to the curb to go back and ride with his boyfriends, and he's done. Craig's done.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Deegan like cover the cost of it, and Craig's just like, yeah, all right, 450, and because he's not part of the Yamaha factor team. He's part of the star team. So
He's terrible. He's
So,
fucking
yeah,
terrible.
did you hear, Eric? Did you hear at all about Deegan if he did go up to 450 about possibly wanting to do his own team, but having a Yamaha factory bike still, just
yeah.
kind
Those
of doing
rumors
like
have
their
been
own?
going around. I mean, he's the
And
guy that could do
and
it.
I saw something of like Craig being the team manager or something like
Oh
that,
my god, the
and
Easter
then
Bunny probably too. Easter Bunny will be his mechanic.
To me, I don't see the benefit is what makes him so good is that who he's riding with on the weekends at Star. If he goes off and does his own thing, he starts practicing by himself. I mean, I don't know how good that's going to go, but it sounds like at the beginning of the season, that's what they were doing. Him and Christian Craig were kind of off doing their own thing. You kind of saw what he looked like, and then he came back and started, working with his previous trainer, and he started looking solid again. So, but yeah, I mean, I did hear those rumors that he could go and open up his own like Deegan 38 factory racing. I mean, they have the
because they
money,
could,
they have the support to do it. I mean, Monster will throw him any fucking money they want to run it.
and
Yamaha's going to do it. I mean, he's
Yamaha's not gonna leave him.
easily
Yeah,
he's the biggest star in the sport by far right now. Like, don't give him whatever the fuck he wants, but I just don't know if him going solo like that's going to be a good move. But who knows? Maybe he matures, and I mean, that's what Tomac did. He goes out in the hills of Colorado and just does his thing in silence, and he comes out and crushes it. So
Tomac's different.
I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, but rounding that out, I mean, really, that's kind of it that stood out to me. Um, yeah, I mean, Jay Coop beat Malcolm Stewart again. I mean, I think that's pretty common now, right?
Yeah, how's that bet looking, Eric? I mean, seems like Jay Coop's got a little bit of a lead on points
Yeah.
or
Well,
what?
let's talk about that. Let's take a look at the point standings because as we mentioned, there's a change. So Webb
It
236 to Chase Sexton's 225, so it's 11 points. So I mean, still relatively close. And then Ken Roxon 202, he's quite a ways back. Malcolm Stewart 177, Justin Cooper 176. So that is actually the title that I'm keeping my eyes on. Is the fourth place title battle between Stewart and Jay Coop.
What's the
Because
point?
I know how much CJ loves Mookie and
Still a 12
Malcolm and
point
how
point.
he rips, and that Jay Coop is the scrub, doesn't deserve a factory ride. But I want to see Jay Coop see if he gets it done.
Stewart.
What is the
One
points?
177 to 176.
Oh yeah, easy dub for
Malcolm
Mookie.
does have a win, but
Easy
still.
dub.
But yeah, I mean, what do we think, Justin? We'll start with you. This 450 title. What's your confidence level that Webb's gonna ring this one in?
99.9% unless, Sexton gets gifted another Tomac situation in 2023. So
Okay, so
otherwise,
that
otherwise this thing's locked up. Webb's gonna have another Supercross title, and he's just got that dog in him, and he ain't gonna choke it like Sexton does.
all right, Zach. What about you? Where your confidence at as far as Webb
I mean,
reeling this one in?
realistically, I think Webb does it, but it's only 11 points. One bad race for Webb, it could be a bike failure or something like that. Brings Sexton ahead. What, 8, 9, 10 points. So realistically, like I said, I think Webb knocks it out, but it's still close.
The good news is I don't believe there's any more Triple Crowns left this season,
Right.
and they have not been kind to Webb, so I think that is going to help him. But CJ, your favorite, we could be seeing some mutters start rolling through. We're bound to get at least one of these. I don't know if Webb's really that great of a mud rider, but one mud race could spoil this championship.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a Sexton, someone that's a Sexton fan, I think people are just grasping for straws for some crazy shit that needs to happen. I mean, if you think about it, points wise, I think they just dropped a stat on Race Day Live that after round 11 or round 10 or something like that, that Webb has not been off the podium more than like twice in the last 2 years after round 10 or 11, which is
Hmm.
absurd. So you got to count on the guy being first through third. So Sexton needs to beat him like 4 times to make up the a points difference out of
Yep.
six more rounds. He's got to beat him 4 times. I think that's a big task. I mean, it could happen. You never know. Shit could happen. Yeah, there could be bikes breaking, but
Well,
I still think Webb has the nod here.
it doesn't even need a bike breaking, right? Look at what Webb did last weekend. He got a fourth. What was that, a
Yeah.
7 point swing?
And that's
So
what they
even
were.
Sexton just needs one of those.
That's what they were saying. That was like I think that was like his second time off the podium after like round 10 or some bullshit round 10 and beyond that he's only ever been off the podium like twice in the last 2 years, and that was one of them. So like, do you think he's going to do it again this year if he's already done it once kind of thing? I don't know. He's Mr. Consistent. He finds a way to get it done. It's hard for me to believe that all things go without bikes breaking and shit. It's hard for me to believe Sexton beats him 4 times.
All
Yeah,
right,
he
CJ,
needs help.
you're gonna love this. Saturday, Foxborough. There's a chance of rain. 70% chance of precipitation. Looks like it's starting afternoon, so looks like we might have a good chance of a mutter. So you're gonna love this, CJ. It's gonna be
We
a
need
great round.
one. We need at
The
least one
the
mutter.
the high is gonna be 47. The low is 40.
Yeah, we need at least
So it's
one
Yeah.
gonna be
mutter.
cold.
You probably see
Slap it on.
some dumb shit like fucking
Hey, put your money on
AT
AP.
or yeah, exactly.
Justin Marshall wins.
Yeah,
Could
fucking
Yeah.
happen.
Hey,
who's that big tall?
Anaheim.
Who's Justin's new favorite rider? That 6 foot fucking 9 meter
Oh,
tall guy, Slav. Yeah,
Slav.
No, that Slav ain't do nothing. He don't know nothing about water. Africa don't get no water down there.
Uganda.
Uganda,
That's fucking
dumbass.
Africa.
Oh boy. All right.
So
Well,
Africa, what's the wrong?
so I'm with everyone. I think I would put 80% Webb's going to get done, 20% Sexton still pulls it off. I mean, Sexton's still the fastest guy out there. He's
Yeah.
he's more than capable. I know you talked about, Webb, having, podiums for throwing us out, but I also know there's stats out there that a majority of Sexton's wins comes at the end of the year too. So he gets a lot of confidence here. Now a lot of that has come with
Or
Jet Tomac
injuries.
going out, but I mean it just shows. But with these guys, they'll take any fucking positive momentum that you can get them. And you say, hey Sexton, you crush in these last 6 races. He's gonna say, fuck yeah, I do. So who knows? Yeah, like you said, a mutter can throw a wrench into all this. One thing that I thought was, pretty cool that stood out, you guys didn't notice, surprisingly, with all the blue balls that you guys suck on, but
Sorry, we're
Star
not gay.
swept. They swept the night. They had fastest qualifier. They won both main events. I'm pretty sure they won a couple of heat races too. So yeah, Star Yamaha really kind of cleaned house out there in Seattle, and yeah, won everything.
Yeah, Blue Crew, baby. That's what we like to do. At least someone's got to win for the brand, because it ain't me.
That's right. All right, going over to Foxborough, looking at this track map, I have it pulled up, I sent to it. This is going to be the second track in a row with no sand. So I don't know, they just decided, fuck it, we're not doing sand anymore after we did it for 9 straight rounds. So no more sand, really long start. Like this is like Glendale length start.
This is a typical football stadium track.
Yeah, giant start, sweeping left-hander, so
Long,
that'll be good.
two long rhythm sections right off the start,
They have a cool elevated split section that looks sweet. I'm curious to see if that will stay. Um, and a
depending on
big
the
whoop section
weather.
out of a flat left-hand turn, so they're probably going to be jumpers. But yeah, look at the track, looks good. It's going to be a long start. But yeah, let's go into picks. Justin, we'll start with you. Who's going to get done in Foxborough? It is back to East Coast. Who do you got?
450 Cooper Webb, Blue Crew, baby. 250. Oh, that's tough. I'm gonna go with Vial. I just think the consistency, depending on weather, MXGP rider used to the rain and stuff like that. Maybe Vial and Cooper Webb for the winners.
All right. Zach, how about you? Who you got for Foxborough?
Mitchell Oldenburg.
Yeah, dude. Main boys, main boys, off road boys. What's up? No, I'm gonna say I want just to make it spicy. I want Sexton to win, man. I want to
Okay.
see him. I want to see him.
Where is Webb going to finish, though?
What's that?
Where's Webb going to finish? Because that's what's going to make it spicy.
I don't see him outside of the top four. I mean, who the fuck?
Okay.
I
Still, that could be another 7-point swing.
that's what
Sexton
I want
wins.
to see
So
spicy. I want this gap to close, and I want to see a fight through the rest of the year.
I want to see a 1-point difference going into Salt Lake.
That'd be sick, dude. I'd be
Like when it was like when it was
I would say
Ricky
just take
Stew and
everyone else
Reed.
off the fucking track and let these two boys just go at
some
it.
Super Bowl stuff or what? 'Cause,
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Well, remember
I think
the year of Stu, Ricky, and Reed? They were like pretty much all tied. Winner takes all in Vegas.
Oh, yeah? Who won?
Who do you think?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Of course, Ricky won. That's a dumb question.
oh
Uh,
shit.
All right.
Uh,
Dustin's been a little bit high on the reefer
oh yeah.
this
yeah.
episode. Jesus.
Uh,
Oh,
Um. All right. So Zach, you got Chase Sexton. Who'd you call for your 250 on the East Coast?
is it East West shootout or is it just East Coast?
Just
No,
Jeez.
just
East.
East Coast.
Dude, probably Hammaker. I think Hammaker.
Damn.
Roll.
I didn't even think about him. I didn't even
Yeah.
think about
That
Hammaker.
was my pick.
Yeah.
He's on a roll.
He's been on.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how far back in points he's if it's close. I feel like it's got to be close. So that East Coast has just been fucking all over the place.
I think he's really close.
I like that
No,
Hammaker pick.
he's
I
13.
honestly
13. RJ
okay.
is
So yeah,
10.
they're still definitely in it because they have 4 races left then,
Yeah.
or 3. They only have 3. It's 3 and 3.
Dumb feeling when you pick Vial there for a second. What the fuck you talking about?
I to be honest, I think Val's going to win this title, and I don't think he's going to win a damn race doing it.
I think so too.
And it's going to drive
Pulling
everyone fucking crazy.
He's gonna make. He's
Pulling the
gonna make
old
good
Tim
moves.
Ferry.
But I'm gonna go with RJ. RJ's gonna get back up on that top step. 450s. We didn't talk about, by the way, Anderson obviously missed last week. I don't know if he's gonna be back
Was
for
there
this
any
round or
news on
not.
that?
Family
Not that I've
emergency.
seen.
Family
Well, yeah, I know
emergency.
that, dumbass.
Well, you asked if any news, dumbass. Oh, obviously, you know. You wouldn't ask that dumbass of a question.
I was saying,
No,
did anyone say anything? Like, what went on? Like, was it like no one said
no,
anything?
nothing. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna be back, but yeah, I mean, looking at this, to be honest, I think it's a two-guy show. I really just think it's gonna be between Webb and Sexton right now. If either one of those guys can win, it's it's a toss-up. I'm just gonna go with let's say Sexton. I want to see these guys kind of go back and forth and see what happens. But I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a mutter. I'm gonna say Webb's gonna go out there and drop a 6
Ooh,
Oh,
to really shake it up.
Damn, dude.
But all right, Justin. I mean, we've been doing these. It seems like the bets and stuff they don't really come out on Mondays anymore.
no, there's
Um,
only the only bet we have is just for straight up to win, and
okay, so it's all
we
the same.
have, yeah, Sexton is the favorite at plus 125, and Webb is plus 175.
Okay,
And then Webb still has the strong favorite for the title at minus 225, and Sexton is plus 110.
all right. All right,
So,
boys. Well, thank you for listening. This week we will be back next week to recap Foxborough. Give us a follow on Instagram. We are on YouTube. Subscribe, follow us on Spotify. But thanks again for listening, and we'll see you back next week. See ya.